I got to talk to RYLEY, but I didn't get to talk to Sub. I wonder how he's feeling about this match. I know that he was extremely excited yesterday after beating his friend Pedro, which, you know, once again, there's got to be mixed feelings there. But as always, he looks locked in on the podium.
And for some reason, Sub kind of shaking his head after the skeletons were split in the middle by RYLEY. Not exactly sure why you would be all that shocked when that seems like a standard RYLEY play.
He might not be shocked, but maybe just after seeing that one card, he realized that RYLEY's using a deck that he was not expecting. He probably knew just off those skeletons that RYLEY was going to play this Pig's Earthquake deck, and maybe he's just not prepared for that deck in this situation.
Yeah, RYLEY probably going to, and that is a lot of damage. Speaking of shaking your head, RYLEY going to allow his tower to get all the way down to 1927. Terrible interaction for him right there. And, I mean, he's going to be able to clean up the RG nicely, but that is just too much damage to give up. 1 minute into this game.
Skelly? No Skelly. Skelly not going to connect. Roll delivery on the left to clean the ghost. Sub knows RYLEY doesn't have roll delivery in Cycle and low elixir. He pops the ability early, predicting the Ice Spirit and forcing out a cannon. Sub is now up elixir with Evil Roll Giant in Cycle, and RYLEY does not have cannon ready, and he's shaking his head.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do if you're RYLEY? Do you try and apply pressure with Royal Hogs at the bridge at 5? And I mean, if you're Sub, there's no cannon, there's no royal delivery, the Evo skeletons are out of cycle. I would just go RG at the bridge, and there we go. He finally goes RG at the bridge. Maybe he's trying to save up for this lightning, perhaps?
Wow, almost stopping the RG to no hits there. RG gonna make one happen. No Archer Queen ability back in cycle yet. Fisherman's gonna take care of this. Looking at this matchup overall, I mean, we saw a similar one yesterday where Muhammad Ali was gonna actually win even versus the Monk version. So I would say here, there's definitely gonna be a little bit of an advantage for RYLEY, but looking at the tower HP in single elixir, it's gonna be tough in order for RYLEY to come back and really get some damage here, especially versus the Royal Ghost and the Quick Cycle. And another difference is this lightning. You know, last time there was Fireball for the Pigs, but in this situation, maybe lightning's even better to wipe those Arch Queens off the board.
Yeah, you have to think because of that massive damage advantage that the lightning is probably going to help out quite a bit. But I mean, especially with these pro players, everything I've ever been taught doesn't mean anything because of how well they play it. Getting the tower down to 1,500 is RYLEY on Sub, and the Archer Queen able to be taken out fully. Sub electing to kind of go split lane pressure now that he has RYLEY's stronger tower all the way down to 1909 as well.
Roll Giant and Pigs at the bridge on the left-hand side. Evo Skelly's gonna clean up the Queen on the right. Pigs are getting massive damage. The RG is not reciprocating much. And this tower is down to 614 in overtime. RYLEY is so close.
Yeah, Sub getting aggressive, going in with the Bar Barrel to help out the HP of the Evo RG. RYLEY electing to defend cheaply and go all in. If Sub can defend this, he has a chance, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. RYLEY taking game number 1, recognizing my opponent cannot stop this. No Fireball, that means I can go all in and win this game.
Yeah, huge bit, but he's more...
RYLEY now 3-0 on the World Final stage. That,
impressive.
Gotta say, gotta feel real good if you're RYLEY or one of his many, many fans.
Miner and Barry with a... And RYLEY with a Fisherman and Arrows. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to wait and see a couple more cards here before I try and call out a deck. But looks like RYLEY might actually be playing Goblin Giant P.E.K.K.A. Very aggressive. I actually hate it when I play against this deck and they play in this way. Just so aggressive. And they have no intentions of breaking through this push, simply just to get the Evo Goblin Giant cycle.
Yeah, just getting obnoxiously aggressive. RYLEY choosing, I can't tell if he's going to elect to defend it. He's not. And that's going to allow Sub to get a lot of chain damage, getting the tower all the way down to 2514. But I mean, really, you talked about it. It doesn't matter that you're giving up 500 HP or 600 HP, whatever it is. You're just trying to set yourself up for that very next push.
Arrows drop it down on the Goblin instead of popping the ability right away because he wants to use the ability on tower. Really nice log from Sub, though, knocking back the monster at the very last second. Now the ability has no way to get damage on tower.
Bomber matching up nicely, going to be able to take out the Doctor.
Ooh.
RYLEY going to be running, there we go, another one of those 6/5/7s. Goblin Giant, Goblin Stein, plus the Mega Knight. A very, very heavy deck. Sub has a lot of cheap answers to this. We're going to see how RYLEY is going to really break through all of this.
Mega Knight on one side, Evo Goblin Giant on the right. Fisherman does pull the miner. He does not have enough elixir to go arrows on the goblins, though. A little bit aggressive. You can see RYLEY's not super happy with how that went. Now Sub's going to be up a lot of damage, and now RYLEY does not have Evo Goblin Giant in cycle either. In order for RYLEY to win this, he really needs to get that Evo Mega Knight plus Evo Goblin Giant combo.
Yeah, and I really like how he's splitting this. The Goblinstein going to the unhealthy lane of RYLEY, and the Doctor going to the left. And right there, Evo Bomber not trying to get chip damage on the tower, instead trying to get chip damage on the Doctor. Really smart, a lot of awareness shown from Sub.
Once again, another split lane push. The Rage just drop on the Mega Knight. The Goblinstein ability is not popped yet. Maybe he's deciding it's better not to. The defense on the left-hand side is solid, though. And once again, Sub is just controlling. But we saw this yesterday. We saw, control decks doing really well in the single, maybe even in double. But once it gets to overtime, once RYLEY can get that Evo Gob Giant plus Evo Mega Knight together on the same push like this, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah, sometimes it really is just as simple as, okay, I have all these heavy, heavy troops. Let's play as many troops on the board as possible and make it difficult for my opponent to keep up. So far, he's keeping up, but we know how difficult it is. And right there, Rage plus the Goblin Curse going to take everything out nicely, but the Bomber going to help out quite a bit. But this is still going to get to the tower even with the log. And there we go, getting the tower all the way down to 2,000. RYLEY screaming back into the match, only down 380 HP at this point.
The Goblin Curse really changes everything. This triple spell combo, if he can break through by playing Rage plus Curse on perhaps like Goblins to spawn even more Goblins with the Evo Gob Giant offense, it could be a game changer. But once again, RYLEY is not able to get this Mega Knight Evo and Goblin Giant together. He keeps having each of the Evo be separate. If you get them both, it makes it just so much more difficult to defend.
Yeah, and I mean, it really is as simple as Sub is just putting these baby pushes. He's not trying to get like these crazy, crazy pushes, not trying to overwhelm completely. Instead, he's just trying to get, the miner on top of the crown tower or the goblins to apply pressure, force out these weird offensive pushes from RYLEY. Doing a great job so far. And again, picture perfect defense from Sub.
And it's all about the Evil Ice Spirit. That one elixir card really just stalls the push completely. And now Sub finally finds a moment to attack. He goes for the Miner, pre-log, pre-poison with the Evil Bomber locking on tower. This is massive damage. But because of how crazy this deck is, this game is not over. Here's the push. Double Mega Knights plus a Gob Giant on the board. But look at this poison value.
Yeah, poison coming down on defense, even with the arrows on offense, it's not really going to be enough. I need to see more and more and more. I don't think he's going to be able to do so. I really think Sub has this locked up.
Last-ditch effort from RYLEY. Evo Goblin Giant at the bridge. Curse and arrows on the Goblinstein with the Rage, but it is simply not enough. RYLEY knows it's over. He calls the good game. Sub taking game number 2.
Sub. As soon as Sub hits an 0-1, he's like, I'm actually Sub-Zero. Stop calling me Sub. I'm Sub-Zero. All right. Another potential reverse sweep on its way for Sub. RYLEY trying to hang on. First 3 matches of the World Finals for him. Picture perfect defense, picture perfect offense. Struggled a little bit in that game number 2.
Sub has now used Poison, Log, Lightning, and Barb Barrel for his spells. He might be in a little bit of a more awkward spell situation. We see the Rage come out, maybe Sub with some sort of interesting Lava Rage deck, or maybe even a P.E.K.K.A deck with a Flying Machine in it. But whenever I see Flying Machine, I think Lava 100 times out of 100.
No Royal Recruits for you?
I mean, wait, you might be onto something. This Flying Machine plus Cage, I mean, that does think Royal Recruits. I think you might called my bluff here, perhaps.
I don't know. Still could go either way. And there we go. We're both wrong. Look at that. Although
no, I think you're still right.
Recruits. Okay. All right. I was trying to make us a team. All that.
Yeah. No. You can call me out.
Together we die. All right. Yeah. So not going to be the case. I am correct. And RYLEY on the opposite end going to be running P.E.K.K.A, Bomber, Baby Dragon.
Wow.
Is this the first time we've seen Baby Dragon all World Finals?
I think it might be, and I'm glad to see it here. I was about to call out how difficult a matchup can be when you don't have, you have P.E.K.K.A. You have P.E.K.K.A, you're going against recruits. It's tough sometimes, but he's got Baby Dragon and Bomber for splash damage to deal with these recruits, as well as Evo P.E.K.K.A is pretty solid as well. I think RYLEY would be fairly happy with this matchup.
Yeah, and phenomenal timing. As simple, as easy as it looked from Sub to wait for the Bandit to dash on top of the tower, but still not allow the Bomber from RYLEY to get any shots on the Crown Tower on the left side. It's super simple, but you need to do it. You're always saving yourself damage. If you put the arrows just a tad bit too early, you're going to place it when the Bandit is dashing. It's still going to be alive. It would still be chipping away at the tower right now. Instead, pretty easy defense for him.
So fascinating here. In the middle of the game, both players decide to leak Elixir and wait to double. And now we see both of the big Evos in the back. Recruits for Sub, P.E.K.K.A for RYLEY. Who is going to win this bridge battle?
Flying Machine over the middle. Baby Dragon in defense. Placed down in the middle and going to be able to take it out. That is pretty solid defense from RYLEY so far. We just have to see what this counterattack is all about for him.
Ram Rider, Bandit, and Baby Dragon on the right side. He cycled back to another round of recruits, though, really stalling everything out on both sides. RYLEY can't be happy with how this shaped out. The P.E.K.K.A is healing itself a little bit, but it's not enough to break through. Maybe a second P.E.K.K.A can do it.
I mean, at this point, it feels like we're going to see a second set of recruits. Not going to be the case, though. It's going to be the Evo Gobcage, and that's going to be able to fully take it out. Not fully because of the help of the Lightning, but, I mean, that feels like an overextension. I don't think you can play the Lightning in that moment.
Sub with the Ice Wizard in the back. Instead of trying to counterattack immediately, he wants to cycle back to recruits by playing the Ice Wizard, and now he can get the Evo recruits plus Ram Rider plus Rage yet again, and we know from experience now that RYLEY has a very hard time of stopping it. Here it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Sub just in full control. RYLEY going to place down the P.E.K.K.A, but that's going to be a dash plus just a regular hit, getting the tower down to 10-19. A massive advantage on both lanes for Sub. It's just whether or not he can defend this big push incoming from RYLEY.
Evil Bomber is locked on tower right-hand side. The P.E.K.K.A is getting taken out, but he's protecting the Bomber. It is off-center, though. It is not connecting, but the Bandit does. This game is all of a sudden very close. But Sub with the counterattack left side yet again.
This offensive Ice Wizard going to apply a little bit of pressure, forcing out the Baby Dragon on defense, as well as the Bar Barrel. Sub just getting ready. Both players, triple Elixir underway. This is make it or break it time.
Ram Rider to the right side wants to go obsolete of P.E.K.K.A, spamming a lot on the left to try and take the P.E.K.K.A out. Ram Rider on defense to try and slow the opposing Ram Rider, but it connects no matter what.
Right here, Evo Gobcage going to be able to put in a little bit of work, but he does get the Lightning out in time. Can he get the recruits down? No, the Ram Rider is going to get the dash, getting the tower down to 619.
And RYLEY knows that he cannot take turns and let his opponent attack yet again. He needs to go straight for it. Here's the Ram Rider. Will it get there? No, the cage does block, and Sub should have an opportunity to attack. Here it goes left side again.
Ram Rider not going to be able to get it. Will hit, it does get to the tower. P.E.K.K.A not placed perfectly. Right there, Bridge, Bandit, that P.E.K.K.A means nothing on the left side.
But RYLEY has the Lightning, and Sub does not have a big spell. P.E.K.K.A's walking towards tower as well. Lightning does drop, the cage gets taken out, the Rage drops, and RYLEY wins it! RYLEY takes the best of 3!
34 HP left on the tower, stays alive, gets the